Hey everybody, welcome back to In Bed with the Millennial. I'm the Millennial Javeda Bay, and this is my bed, and it is officially August, anal August. And if you're new here, it is one of my favorite months for a multitude of reasons, but mainly because your girl loves all things backdoor play, and as a sex educator, I love dispelling the myths and actually helping people to discover that they like it for themselves because they actually know what they're doing now. And so, this month, all I'm talking about is all things anal. But today in particular, there are three things that I think everyone needs to consider before they're just ready to like dive on in to all things backdoor play. So that's what we're going to talk about. So let's get into it. Okay, so the three things that I think that you should be giving some thought and consideration before you dive into any type of anal play are going to be one, how much patience do you have? Unlike other sexual activities, though all of them do require patience if you want them to be good, backdoor play specifically requires patience. So, how much of it do you have? Two, how comfortable are you with the human body? Because one thing about backdoor play is that you always have a chance of what the backdoor is made for happening. So, if you are not comfortable with the human body being the human body, you might not be ready for backdoor play yet, and that's okay. And the third thing that I think you should consider before you dive on in is how comfortable are you actually communicating during the act? Now, before you think, wait, Vay, no, 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 just hear me on out, okay? I'm going to go through each of them separately, okay? Okay. First things first, patience. Now, the reason I say patience is of like the utmost importance when it comes to backdoor play is you have to train for any type of real penetrative backdoor play because there are muscles back there that keep things in. So if they are not relaxed, you're working against them while they're working to do their job. And it's the reason why so many people are like, I tried backdoor play and it wasn't for me. It was so painful, yada yada yada. It's because you didn't have the patience to do anal training to get you there because it's not just like a wake up one day and you're ready to go for backdoor play. You have to invest a little bit of time to actually be able to have a positive, pleasurable experience. And the patience piece is why I'm like, people really need to consider that because you think that one day you could wake up and be like, you know what, I'm going to do anal today. And unless you have an already loose booty hole, that is not the case. You're going to have to put in a little bit of time and effort to make sure that you can have a pleasurable time. And for a lot of us, we live in a world that is not made for us to be patient, take our time. We're used to instant gratification, we're used to things happening very quickly. Backdoor play really requires you to slow down, truly. So if you struggle with that, if patience is not a virtue for you, maybe just maybe you aren't ready for backdoor play yet. The time may come. I hope that you eventually get to a place where you have patience. But until that is the case, maybe just maybe enjoy it from afar, you know? Watch some good adult media that features some good stuff. Read some real smutty smut that centers backdoor play. But like maybe just maybe don't dive on in terms of your own experiences of backdoor play if you do not have the patience to put in the work beforehand. And if you're like, Janae, what is the work? Don't worry. There's a YouTube video already on my channel where you can learn how to do anal training. So like definitely check that out. The second piece, being comfortable with the human body. Anal play means that you're in the anus, which is where feces exits the body. If you are uncomfortable or icked out by that in any way, shape, or form, you more than likely probably should just maybe not try it just yet. Like get a little bit more comfortable with the reality of the fact that the back door means poo and then venture into it. Because yes, you can do all the work of douching or using an enema bulb ahead of time, but also we are still human beings at the end of the day, and our body still does what it wants to do. And considering the state of food in this country of the United States of America, don't put all your eggs in the basket that you're always going to have a clean, fun time because that is not always going to be a guarantee. And if you are not able to deal with that either on the receiving or the giving end of backdoor play, you might not be ready to do it yet. And again, I say yet because eventually we all mature to realize that the human body is the human body. And what it does is amazing and miraculous and vital, important things. And we accept that and own that. And when it comes to sexy stuff, we know that that's the case. And we're not going to be like, oh my God, I'll never do that again. We just like know that that's a reality and a possibility always. And so until you have a real comfort level with the human body and all the things that it naturally does, you might not be ready for backdoor play. And again, that's okay because you can enjoy it from arm's length distance via adult media, smut, things of that nature. There's also other ways to engage in like butt play that's not going to like necessarily introduce the natural products of the booty hole. But that's a whole other video that I will share with you later this month. But if there's any possibility that you're going to get icked out at the potential sight of a little bit of dookie, a stinky ass fart, whatever it might be, then it just might not be your time yet. And again, that is okay. And the third thing that you really need to consider before you decide to enter into backdoor play, especially backdoor play with a partner, is how comfortable you are with communicating during. I know that there's still quite a few people that exist on this world, this planet, that are not comfortable saying things in the midst of them with their partners. And like that's something we could work on at another point in time, just like hit me up. But it is extremely important, especially if you were just getting started with backdoor play, to be able to communicate to your partner, like, hey, this hurts. I'm not comfortable in this position. I think we should do something else. Like, if you cannot verbalize those types of things in the midst of acts, you are not ready for backdoor play. And I say this for a few different reasons. The first one being the pain that you experience during any type of play, but especially backdoor play, is your body signaling that you either need to stop or you need to change something up or add more lube, whatever it might be. But like you have to be able to recognize that message from your body and articulate it to your partner because unless you are having sex with Charles Xavier or Jean Grey, your partner's not a mind reader, more than likely. If they are, wow, you're so lucky. But generally, most of us don't have mind readers as partners. So it is extremely important that you are able to articulate these things to your partner. Also, you have to be able to communicate in the midst because if something doesn't feel pleasurable, especially when it comes to backdoor play, you have to say something to be able to change it because there's very little that we can like see and do without it being said, if that makes sense. So, if you are not someone that feels comfortable speaking your mind, communicating your wants, needs, and desires during the act with a partner, you more than likely are not ready for backdoor play with another partner at this moment in time. You can absolutely explore this world all by yourself, and I also have a YouTube video that is all about that. But if you want to do this with a partner, you have to be comfortable speaking up in the midst of things to let them know that you need things changed. So, if you want to work on that, let me know and I can give you some resources. I can walk you through it. But if you already are like, ooh, I don't say much during playtime with someone already, maybe we shouldn't introduce backdoor play just yet. Again, this is not to say don't ever try it. This is just to say there are things that you can work on ahead of time to make the process and experience even more pleasurable for you than it might be if you just went in all like willy nilly, no prior preparation, you know? So, again, if you are not comfortable with the actual human body and the functions that it does, probably not time for you to explore backdoor play just yet. If you don't have patience to put in the work of anal training and actually preparing your body for a pleasurable experience, you ain't ready for backdoor play yet. And also, if you are not willing and ready and comfortable and able to communicate with your partner during activity, it's not time yet. It's not to say it's never going to happen. It's just to say that there's some things to work on beforehand, and that's okay. Because I'm here. I'm always here to help you out. So if you're like, yo, Javay, I do need to work on some of those areas, you're in the right place. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, but definitely drop in the comments. Let me know what it is that you need to work on so I can better design tools for y'all to have the information that you need and to grow in the ways that you want to grow, because that's what I'm here for. I just want you to have the most amazing life, broadly speaking, but especially in terms of your sexual pleasure possible. So I want to create the resources that are actually needed and not just ones that I'm just like, oh, okay, blah, 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 blah. Why waste time when I can just give you what you're looking for? You know what I mean? But if you struggle with those three things, I'm always here to help. And it's okay because it's only August 3rd. Hello, there is so much time that by the end of this month, you'll probably be feeling extremely confident and ready to venture into the world with a partner or without. and still have an amazing time. So if you want that, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you follow me on all the social media platforms, and definitely make sure you subscribe to my email newsletter because I be sending out nice goodies, aka my August shopping guide, as well as other resources. So if you want to be in the know of that, definitely make sure you subscribe to that. But definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow me on social media because I'm sharing stuff everywhere all month long, and it's always a good time. But yeah, it's anal August. I'm very excited. Whatever questions you have, shoot them my way. I'm always here to answer them. Literally always. Like, I just want y'all to have all the information possible as someone that loves all things anal. And so until next time, I'm gonna see you later. Deuces.